did get back to the room.
Yeah.
After congaing for an hour.
You did.
Okay.
Oh, hi, Internet.
Lovely.
Greetings, Internet.
You know, for all the chaos, I guess we ended up okay.
He said definitely not too soon.
We're gonna be fine.
Safe room.
This will be
like,
great.
What could
wrong?
possibly go wrong?
I mean...
What is the worst that could happen?
What is the bird that is the word?
The bird. The bird's the word.
I feel like it turned out all right, given everything else we do and don't do.
You're gonna jinx us if you keep talking like that.
Uh-oh.
But it's more fun that way.
Oh, maybe. Wow, I was about to turn the volume up for you because you were a little low on the, and then all of a sudden you just were the highest volume.
You blew us all away.
Sorry.
My ear holes.
What did you just say?
Yeah, you heard me.
No. I don't believe I did, sir.
Right in my ear holes. The holes of my ears.
So I played a fun game of real life Dungeons and Dragons last week. It was great.
I believe that's called LARPing.
LARPing.
No, just in person.
Oh.
Remember when people used to play Dungeons and Dragons
We had 11 players, so we had an initial session. Like, it was all in one night, but we had the initial session together in a room, and they were doing a heist on a ship, and half the group went into the cargo in crates, and the other half, like, get on board as, like, disguised passengers. And then we had them go into 2 physical separate rooms and had 2 DMs run the campaign together and, like, let each other know what was happening to each party as we were playing.
That's amazing.
It was really fun. And the game ended with both parties yelling at each other, one person suicidally attacking all the passengers, the ship very much on fire, and at least 3 of them dead. So all in all, a pretty typical D&D night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty much. Let's see if we can all die.
But
today.
Speaking of which, yes, would you guys also like to die? I mean, play D&D?
Yes.
Suspicious.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Oh no, I still haven't retrieved my dice from the car.
I have an extra set in here. Would you like that?
I have to get up, but I'm coming.
Here, I'll bring them over.
No.
Oh no. Meet halfway.
I have to stand.
Yeah. It's so far.
We did not meet halfway. Matthew is still in his chair, apparently. I've been baited.
Last week you baited me into bringing it out.
Got him.
I picked the blue metal container right there. That was right there.
That was a nice one.
Yeah, enjoy.
Hopefully they're as lucky as they are pretty.
My pretties.
All
right. And you've all read the summary, so you know exactly what's happening, and I don't need to explain anything. But for the sake of the people that are tuning in, we'll give a little bit of a recap. Which one of your 2 puppies is trying to?
Both of them.
Imitate Ratscratch.
They're fighting. Yeah, and it's all on hardwood floor, so all you're hearing is the pitter patter of claws.
Happy animals.
Yeah. I apologize. It should end soon. They tire out eventually.
Well, you guys, we'll just say, are in the midst of a lot of political intrigue and are carrying the documents you sought for a long time, the proof you've needed to maybe sway the tide of a civil war. If only you could escape from the city of Dweller's Den in the middle of the Underdark and somehow find your way back to the surface. It took you weeks worth of travel to get down here, both through magical and bipedal means. A lot of walking was had. So you have a long journey in front of you. But for now, you were in a room that appeared fortuitously in the sewers for you once before. It is the room of the 5. It has a room that you've been in a few times before, but has altered itself slightly this time, as you have 13 former prisoners of the researchers with you, who are now considered to be the flock of Ratscratch, who has one-time bard and musical experience, now aspiring cult leader. The other complication you have as you make your escape is that you have decided to bring with you an artifact. And this artifact was previously in capturing all of the flock as well as some of the party briefly, used by the researchers as a prison device potentially more, you're not entirely sure. But it was damaged as you made your escape from it, and is now, as you learned to your amusement last week, capable of causing significant wild magic surges when magic is cast around it. It also seems to interact with magical items and places. And for that reason, you are not able to bring it into the room of the 5, and it is currently sitting in the sewers outside. You are contemplating keeping watch over it as you decided what to do. You have with you one high wizard, the other one remaining behind to see what he can do. What would you all like to do?
Get the ones out of my dice? Jesus. God.
I was like,
So
what?
one of the wizards stayed? I didn't remember that happening.
Yeah, Alarin stayed in his tower.
I know. Shook all the ones out.
Thalarin, obsessed Thalarin, came with you.
Great.
Yeah.
So the artifact.
Alarin's basically trying to do what he can to figure out about the researchers and reestablish whatever power he can.
So you're saying the artifact couldn't come into the room?
Correct. You had it. It had some negative side effects when you brought it close to the door.
What did it do?
I shouldn't say it couldn't come into the room. You just collectively made the decision not to do that. As it got closer to the door, you noticed it kind of charging up the same way it did, sparking, and it looked like bad things were going to happen, and you pulled it away from the door, and it kind of calmed down, and you were like, okay,
Right.
we'll leave it here.
Because it responds sporadically to magic, right?
Correct.
Presumably this room area has lots of magic happening.
Well, I
It
definitely
is
want to.
magic itself, yes.
I want to bring the flock in and have them drink of my
So,
cup.
You brought them
drink
in,
of
you
my
drink of your bird bath, I believe is what you
drink of
termed
my
it last
yeah
time.
of my bird drink of my bird
Yeah.
bath.
And you deemed the room, by the way, to the flock, they refer to it as the nest.
The
now.
nest, yes,
That
yes.
wasn't clear
Welcome,
from the
welcome
notes.
to the nest.
And that was the change that happened, the major change, or at least the only one you may have noticed at this point, is that the room has shifted and created a small barracks on one side of the room, seemingly ready to accommodate those that are with you.
The waters in that room heal us, right? Or like
Correct.
Yeah, the bird bath. The bird bath it
I'm gonna-
heals.
I don't know what my health is at, but I'm gonna assume that it's probably a little.
I think you guys are full right now because I think you rested before you
I'm
came
gonna
down.
make
But
I show it as.
if that's not
14
true,
Out of 35.
have you guys rested or were you
No,
about
I
to
think
rest?
we were about to rest.
I see. Okay, so
At the.
if you would like
yeah.
to, you may now
I
take a
will
rest.
be
Took
doing
damage,
that.
injuries from dream state. Woke up.
Uh-oh.
What happened?
Is Ryan stream dropping?
Right here.
Yeah, I still see Ryan.
What's your streaming status?
6,000
Oh, okay.
kibibits.
That's a me problem.
That's
Kibibits.
totally kibibits. 6,000 kibibits.
We had big internet troubles last night, so could be starting up again. Hooray! All right. Well, that's good. Okay. So you're about to rest, but you haven't rested yet. So
I mean, I think some of us. I think like I was able to rest in the stables, but I don't know if everyone else was able to get some.
No,
sleepies,
this is the first rest I've had in forever.
Yeah, and I don't even think I slept for that long in the stable. I don't know. If you drink from this fountain, do you get your spell slots and stuff back, or
No.
just your health?
nope, just some hit
You
points.
have to
Boo!
rest.
You do know you have rooms here for the 5 of you.
Oh, maybe it'd be a good time to to get the sleeps because I don't think we did rest after the fight against the people in that
You
one.
had maybe talked about it, but I think you maybe left without doing it.
Yeah.
We have not slept yet.
Okay.
Well, I'm tired of shit. So
Yeah,
I'll probably...
so I think we are moving to rest. Is what I believe I was doing anyway.
And where you? Oh, that's right. And you were gonna set a watch for the relic in the hallway. You were gonna rotate people out to keep an eye on it.
Correct.
Yeah, and I feel like someone should keep an eye on Valoran, right? Because he seems a little cuckoo for the...
He's like your best friend. So.
I know, but I
That's
see the
okay.
way he looks at that artifact and he's obsessed with it.
The same way you look
like...
at a hardtack.
Yeah, and that's
You're
how I
like,
know.
Game recognizes game.
Yeah, like I know that look when I see it, and it means that you gotta have it. And
Until that you find the legendary artifact of hardtack, and they have to fight to the death.
the golden hardtack that I once saw and has since been my side
Been
quest.
elusive ever since.
But yeah, I'm gonna definitely. So we all agreed to do little what are they
Turns
called?
for watch.
Yeah. Okay. I will say to the group when maybe Ratscratch's followers aren't like lurking that we should keep an eye on Valoran because you see. Do you remember, Matthew? You said that like he was writing his notebook in Sylvan, and it was in that summary, and I could speak Sylvan. What did it? Was there anything in the writings that I could see that?
When you were looking at just his general notebook that you had up in the
Well,
tower.
he was taking notes about the artifact.
Mm-hmm.
Like, was there anything in it that seemed like
Other than what we
fiendish,
told you before.
obsessive?
No, more like he struck you like a workaholic. Like he was just like truly obsessed with his work and writing down every note and everything of interest. And he really seemed passionate about magical items. You detected, and I'm not giving you any new information or making you roll because I'm just reminding you.
Mm-hmm.
You guys had detected some ambition from him. That's what kind of got him, kind of the mix between ambition and arrogance had gotten him caught by this soul siphon initially. Like his hubris was like, oh, I can certainly handle this. And that's what got him kind of sucked in initially. So he does have some like overconfidence, or had some sort of overconfidence, but you haven't detected any sort of like maliciousness per se. Nothing like
Okay.
fiendish to what you've
All right. Well,
looked
I don't
at
think I'd
before.
actually note anything to the group about like a special consideration to watch him. I do have a quick question. Wudao and Ratscratch both were like enchanted by the artifact, right? Are they
Yeah.
still like
No.
experiencing that?
Yeah,
Not anymore at all?
said that is not. Yeah.
Okay. Alright, well. Do we have like sleep orders that matter or?
Yeah, you gotta tell me, and because the people on watch will need to make rolls to see how watchful they watched their watching duties.
Wait,
I'll
hold on,
I'll
before we
take the
do that.
first.
Wait, Ratscratch, maybe you should stay awake because your followers, like you've only just initiated them, and the connection, like the bond may not be strong enough. Like, what if they try to stab us? What if, like, these
Yeah.
are prisoners, right? Like, these are people who are in prison?
No.
These are
Whether
people
rightfully
These
or
are
wrongfully.
people who were
They were
like,
imprisoned the same way in which Ratscratch was imprisoned.
yeah.
But some of them may
Okay,
have actually
so
been criminals.
that's not actually true, right? Those people were brought by the researchers to their prison. So this was something that was actively used as a prison, as a device to secure the prisoners. Or
Well,
so it
even-
seemed previously.
Even if like a vast majority of them were innocent and like maybe improperly imprisoned, there could be like one dude in there who is like a serial killer and could try to murder
Say
us.
that about, you can say that about any crowd you walk into.
Exactly.
I
But
would
one of
suss.
them is
I
here
would
with
be
us.
able to suss that out. I think Yasi.
Okay, so should you like get to know
I
them a little bit,
love
not
the
go to sleep
absolute
right away?
confidence with which you said that.
I am their leader. I should be able
I-
to tell.
And because I don't trust Ratscratch when he's like I kind of
I have
trust
a-
Ratscratch,
I have
but not
my
fully.
flock to attend to. I will see you later.
As he flips his little like like a scarf or whatever.
I have to go.
Alright, well then
I have to
I'll
go
be
proselytize. Hold on.
Well, yeah, you have to vet them, like learn their dirty secrets and put them on tape so that you can blackmail them later, like a proper cult leader. You gotta get it right.
No, this isn't going to be that kind of cult.
That's what they all say.
You were ready to Jonestown them last week, so
No,
good
I
to see that you've
wasn't.
come around. You literally talked about turning my fountain of healing into the Jonestown paper cups. I was there. Don't you lie to me.
You don't remember the Kool-Aid talk that we had?
Not this type of cult, my ass.
Oh dear.
Well, before I go tuck in to bed with some hardtack with me, I'm just gonna do a glance over. I don't know if this would work, like a glance over at the group of little ragtag people Ratscratch has recruited, and can I just see if any of them look like they're just like off or fidgety or eyeing our loot or gear or whatever?
That sounds like an insight check to me. Go ahead and make
That's
a roll
what I
for
wanted to
insight,
do.
please.
As I recall, you made this one last time because you were also concerned about this, but
Did I? I don't remember too much about.
You
last
are
time,
correct.
to be completely honest.
Well, you made that roll initially, like right when you met them. You were like, "Who are these people with Ratscratch? Are they actually who they say they are?"
Well, now that they're not fight or flight, like they're in this like safe space, just in case their intentions seem different.
Keeping in mind that what just happened to these people who have been woken out of a coma-like state and rescued from a prison, still wearing whatever random clothes they found in the storeroom, is they just conga lined through the sewers of their city for an hour.
But didn't they just have the water, the hydration that would have like
You've helped
replenished them
sure.
some? So now that they might be to their
Yeah, go ahead.
senses,
Make the
okay?
insight check. Yeah.
All right, it's 17.
So, not only do you see this look on their faces, but you see this look on all of your faces. Kind of a hollowness to it, a look of sheer exhaustion more than anything else. A little bit slow, a little bit almost drunken with the way they're moving and shambling about. But nothing that seems exaggerated or nothing that seems like they're trying to lull you into any sense of security. Many of them are already making their way to the beds that are in the barracks room. Some of them seem a little bit cautious with your 17. Maybe a little bit fearful to lay down in a bed.
Is there a sleeping area that's not with everyone else that has like a lock?
Yes, you have
I'm gonna
your
go sleep
individual rooms. You have an individual room, yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna be like, all right, I guess everything seems chill.
You
I'm
each
gonna
had
go
your
to my
own
locked
room the first time you arrived as a sleeping space, but now there's a barracks room when you went in this time.
Oh, that's a new room? It's like it
new room.
adjusted to our needs.
generated itself.
Interesting. All right, well, I'm be like, all right, sounds good. Wake me up at time, like my time to do watch, and then after saying that, I'm gonna go in my room. I'm gonna lock the door.
Did we establish a watch order other than Ratscratch is going first?
The second everybody says, I accept the long rest, we'll do the watch orders, so.
I think besides Ratscratch going first, I personally don't have a crazy preference.
I'm
Ratscratch,
pretty
how-
messed up, so I'm definitely going to sleep right away.
How long is your invisible?
My invisibility.
I'm bleeding out of my ears, my nose,
Yeah,
and my
more or
eyes. Would it
less,
be okay
yeah.
with you guys if I laid down for a little bit?
Yeah.
Who
1
else is
hour.
missing?
1 hour on invisibility.
And that's only a single.
You could up level it, right? Third level, you
No,
can.
no. Like you would only have like enough to. Well, I guess you're.
You're cutting out a little bit, Zach. I'm not sure what that.
I don't know why.
Sounds like you're speaking too softly for your microphone, maybe.
Oh, that might. I was just some higher spell, so that's all.
Yeah, I don't think you have improved invisibility yet, right?
No, I know he doesn't have that, but it,
No, just regular invisibility.
Okay.
good enough. That's all I was.
Anybody want to do anything before you rest?
I'm going to deliver my sermon to my followers.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Excellent.
Well, if you're gonna do that, do you want me to take first watch? And I'll
Sure.
do the first
Yeah.
watch then?
Yeah.
Sure.
I'll, do I have like a pulpit or anything that I can makeshift?
I mean, there are certainly chairs in this room and tables if you wanted to stand upon one of those, but a pulpit, no, you do not.
Okay.
Don't forget, there's also the dais in the middle of the room.
Oh yeah. Let's do that. Let's do that. Brothers, sisters, travelers of the earth and sky, I come before you today not as one who speaks only with borrowed voices, but as one who carries a message. I stand before you wings spread, not as a creature of silence, but as one who has learned the power of the word, and today I tell you this: the bird is the word.
The bird is the word.
And now you may wonder, what does that mean? Some of you, they think, the Kenku speak in echoes, mere copies of what they hear, never their own. But I say to you, we are not mere echoes. We are keepers of the sky's song. We are the ones who have learned from the world around us the words, the wisdom, the melodies, and turned them into our own truth. Do you hear the birds? The calls of the sparrow in the dawn, the caw of the raven that flies through the dusk. They speak and they sing, and every note they carry truth. They carry the word. The message of the wind, the spirit in the air, and the very rhythm of life itself. The bird is the word.
The bird is the word.
But do not think that it is only in the feathers and wings that the word lives. No, the word lives in each of you. You, too, are meant to carry a message, to carry the song of your heart and your dreams and your spirit into the world. We, the Kenku, may learn through mimicry, but you are creators of your own song. You have the power to speak with your own voice, to shape the world with the words you choose. Yet so often you doubt. You look at the winds of life, those powerful, unpredictable things, and you think, those powerful, unpredictable winds, and you think, I cannot fly, I cannot rise, I cannot make a difference. But listen closely. The bird does not ask for permission to soar. It does not wait for the winds to be calm. No, the bird spreads its wings, and with faith in the sky, it flies. The bird is the word.
The bird is the word.
The bird is the word.
Bird is the word. Bird is the word.
The bird is the word. And when the bird sings, the world listens. When you speak, when you act with purpose, when you live your truth, you make the world a little more whole, a little more beautiful, a little more alive. Look around you. Do you see sky? It is vast, open, and free, and like the sky,
Some
so
of them
too...
look up at the ceiling of the room that you're in.
Yeah. And so too are the possibilities before you. There is no ceiling, no limit. You are the bird, and the wind is yours to command. So I say to you today, do not fear the storm. The storm teaches you how not to fly higher. Do not fear the struggle builds your wings. Do not fear silence. It is in the silence that you hear your own voice, ready to break free and sing. The bird is the word.
The bird is the word!
Let that word be your truth, your strength, your flight. Let it be the call that stirs your heart, the song that lifts your soul. Spread your wings, my friends, and rise. The world is waiting for your song. And
So all of them do, when they do this, like sort of like a bow, but like a wing waving gesture at the end, kind of spontaneously based on your call. Now, Ratscratch, let me ask you,
yes.
what are you trying to accomplish with this? Are you trying to lift their spirits?
Yes.
Are you trying to
Yeah.
deepen their love of you?
Yes.
What are you trying to do?
Both. It's meant to be uplifting and energetic.
That's more performative than anything else, not
Okay.
persuasive.
Yeah,
so
for
give
sure.
me a performance check, please, to see how effective that was.
With or
That was
without
impressive,
advantage.
though,
And
Ryan.
you
Did
can make that an
prepare that?
advantage for having that prepared.
You should give him an inspiration, Matthew. That was inspiring. I want to join the bird of the word cult. Cult of Ryan.
So,
No! I hate Ryan. I'm his adversary.
24.
You see lifted faces and hearts and minds seem to be swayed by this. Their informal religion seems to be quickly formalizing with the first of its prescribed forms of prayer.
Dude, how cool would it be if at the end of this session, like, there was a new deity in our, like, D&D world, and it was fucking Ratscratch? Like, that would be, like, the epilogue of our campaign. Like, that would be wild.
It's longer than a one-session deal.
Yeah,
I
for
know,
sure. I'm into it,
24
though.
24
If
performance.
you want to become a true deity, it takes a lot of time to do that.
I know, right?
All right. Anybody have anything else they want to do before we all filter off to bed?
I stick my head under the pillow as I hear in the room, like, where's the war? I'm like, oh my god. I just want to go to sleep. Try to drown out the noise.
You feel
Immediately
yourself
pass out.
slightly inspired despite what you try and do to
Damn
block
it.
your.
I want
dream
to
of the
make
cult.
note real quick that I am very much remembering the sound of all of the followers saying the bird is the word, and I will get to that point later, I hope.
Noted, especially so, Mr. Kinku.
Thank you very much.
All right, so we are going to do watch, which requires 3 watches. So you need to let me know who or whom are in each of the watches, and we will make them roll.
I can take a shift.
Anybody else taking a shift?
I was going to take a shift.
Yeah, I was gonna do first watch. So
Anybody joining Kaydren for first watch? All right, Kaydren, you may make a perception check, please.
all right. Well, before we go too far into that, the first things I wanted to do is kind of tuck the box because we're in this alleyway, but I don't know if there's some little pillars or anything like that going on the edges or anything. Or if it's
Yeah, so little scene setting. You've got. It's been a while since we described this, so.
Yep.
The sewers follow the streets above, from what you can tell, and from your little hand-drawn map that you got. So they're fairly wide, and they're kind of arched across the top. And then there's a middle part that kind of drops down. So there's 2 walkways, kind of the middle flow area, if you will. And you guys are in the middle of what is a lengthy area, not at an intersection. So it's just basically halfway down a street, there's a door, and that's where you guys hopped in previously. So the artifact is along the walkway on one side, but not too close to the door because you moved it kind of away when it started to interfere with the door. So that's kind of the scene setting. So you can adjust it if you want to. There's random bits of pipes. There are a few corpses still around the entranceway from where you guys fought and defended yourselves right outside before you noticed the room. But there isn't anything especially prominent, but then again, the artifact itself is not especially big. Maybe 3 feet by 1.5 feet total.
No, but it is inside that box.
The box is 3 feet by 1.5 feet, to be clear.
Okay. Yeah, I just didn't want to I wanted to do a little bit of survival to see if I could just kind of make it look like it's just some refuge on the ground.
How are you gonna do that?
I was gonna look for because it has rags and stuff, but I know that there was some additional driftwood bits and possibly some other.
There's
things.
definitely a bunch of junk around for sure.
Yeah, so I just kind of wanted to set that up with
Making a literal rat's nest. Okay.
Yeah, kind of making it feel so that it's a little bit more camouflaged.
Let's do 2 rolls. Give me 1 investigation to see how you do in terms of gathering materials, and we'll kind of do a combined DC here.
Okay. 16.
Excellent. Okay, so not too long, you find some pretty good pieces of rubbish to combine together, including a half-eaten corpse that definitely wasn't you or somebody you killed. Looks to be a Dwegar that's ran afoul of the sewers on his own.
Yeah.
And then now go ahead and make either a deception or survival check of your choice to see how you want to build that craft.
Survival 100%. 13 on the survival check.
So 29 total then? Okay. All right. Yeah, you build up. The thing that you struggle with is that there's such few piles of anything in the hallway that anything big enough to kind of disguise the box is auspicious in and of itself. This is Neurali's providing the sound effects of you throwing all the stuff onto the pile.
Oh, sorry.
So you get together. It definitely is not obviously something from out of the sewers, but the big mound of something is a little bit suspicious. So that's kind of where you ended up.
Okay, that's good enough. And then I was just kind of again also try to hide myself slightly.
Okay.
With some raggy cloth or something, kind of like I used to do on the streets. And just
Classic disguise in a city. Got it.
Yep.
Okay. All right, give me a perception check for your watch then.
Okay. Also, can I do a quick additional survival check to see if any of those monsters might be any signs that they might be back from the last time we were down here?
You're looking for tracks here?
Yeah, or some
Yeah,
sort
go
of
ahead.
signs that they've been. Roll the black dice. What is that number? Ooh, 17.
Are we referring to the monsters that we killed, like way, like the little swamp creatures, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
They lived
Okay,
in these sewers. Their
Yeah,
bodies
yeah.
are probably still strewn around this area.
Quite a
because
few
we
are
killed
outside
them
in this
when we were
hallway.
Ew.
Correct.
fighting
Yeah.
them.
How much time would you have said passed between that fight and where we're currently at?
A few days.
Well, keep in mind, you basically haven't rested, so it's like 40 or to 48 hours since you've gone all the way through and back. Yo, so I'm sorry, you rested once, so it should be about 48 hours since you went there
It's
and
been a
back.
couple
I believe we
days.
rested in the Laren's Tower as well.
You rested in Lawrence Tower once, and that's
Okay.
the one rest you took. Yeah.
All right, just wondering. Go on. Sorry.
What was your total? I heard the 17, but what was the?
Oh, 17 on the checking for if the monsters have been in the area.
That's the total, not the dice roll.
Oh,
You said you
was the
rolled a
dice roll-
17.
Oh yeah, I rolled 17 plus 7 for the survival. So
Important note. Okay, so initially you take a look around and you're like, it's a sewer. You notice that those animals mostly travel via the kind of flow area, so they're not going to leave a ton of tracks. But you do notice that some of the corpses not necessarily have been moved or eaten, but have been disturbed slightly. And you remember when you fought those creatures that they had a slight bit of intelligence to them. So maybe they came through and checked. You see some signs that somebody has gone through and rummaged through what you guys left behind when you came through. Other than that, no tracks or nothing that stands out to you. But with a 24, you do notice as well that there's a good amount of traffic on the pathways. Fresh marks as well as lots of older marks. Nothing distinguishable, but there's definitely foot traffic and other passages that happens through this area. But nothing that stands out in particular.
okay. I'm gonna lean myself up against a wall inconspicuously, and then pull the cloth kind of around myself, and just try to like lay there and hide for a little while.
Got it. All right, give me that perception for your watch.
Blood dice to the blood god. That's actually pretty good. Perception, you were saying?
Yes.
Let's see. Perception. 4, 16. 23.
23. So, you are
Oh, sorry. 20.
okay. So you're a seasoned campaigner. You've done a dungeon dive or two in your past. You know that somebody has to stand first watch, but it's never a fun time to do, especially after a long campaign. This is one of the more difficult times, especially since you are not moving, staying hidden, to both be alert and not fall asleep here. Like, you're having a difficult time. It's dark. You don't have any light on right now, correct?
No.
Okay, so, and you have no dark vision and there's no ambient light. So it is very dark in the sewer, but you're kind of leaning into that. You're kind of buying into that. You hear what sounds like footsteps and muffled talking coming from the direction of down one of the pathways. But with your 20 and with that kind of keen ear, you can tell that they're not necessarily coming down the street towards you, not down that sewer street towards you, but they're definitely conversations and muffled footsteps, intentionally muffled footsteps, further down the hallway.
I'm
Wait.
not gonna move. I'm just gonna stay there like a dead body, basically.
Okay, roll a
That's
stealth
kinda
check
what
for me.
That's. If I'm not moving, do I have to do it at disadvantage?
No, you would actually get advantage, so if you would normally have disadvantage, they would cancel out. If you don't, you get advantage.
I have a quick
Yes,
question.
Norali.
Is
Yes.
the entrance into this like secret at all because it's like a room of like whatever, or is it just like any like you know what I mean? Like, is it a secret? What does the entrance look like? Is it a door?
So it is
The door
a.
fades.
The door is there, and you have kind of runes around the outside that when you guys are opening and closing the door, they light up.
Okay, so if someone was looking at it, they would see like a runic entry looking thing, but it wouldn't do anything.
Yeah.
Okay, go on. Sorry.
Ooh, so good. And it was stealth.
Yeah.
Plus I get a +2. 20. Not natural.
Okay. You become one with the wall, and the wall becomes one with you. And you, after what seems like many, many minutes, but may have only been 30 seconds, you hear the voices kind of and footsteps kind of fade further and further away from you. Aside from that,
was
go
it
ahead.
a language that I understood? Like,
You had the sensation that maybe some of those words sounded familiar, but it was so muffled and so far away that you couldn't make out what they were actually saying.
I was just trying to see if I
Not
could see
that you
if
didn't
it was
understand the language per se,
Yeah.
but just that it was too far to hear.
Yeah, I was just trying to see if it was like undercommon or like
Yeah.
like if it was just being spoken. I wasn't gonna try to hear it. I knew that I couldn't do that. Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Other than that, your watch passes rather uneventfully. Occasionally you hear skitterings or sounds of things that are further away, but nobody seems particularly interested in this trait tonight. Who is taking second watch?
I can.
Anybody joining Ratscratch for second watch?
How long are watches? Like 2 hours?
They typically
hour?
say, so you need 8 hours of rest to get a long rest. So normally people do like 10 hours and then do like, they chunk them and they kind of overlap them a little bit. But we just, rather than worry about a specific number of hours, just say first, second, third watch. And by the time 3 watches have elapsed, everybody that did one of those 3 gets the full sleep.
I'll go after Ratscratch then.
You want to take the final watch?
Is that the final one?
Yeah, so it's 1,
Then
2,
yeah.
3.
Yeah, just
But
make
you can
sure
double up
Ratscratch
on
wasn't up to
watches.
I'm actually spying on Ratscratch, like after he's done, make sure he wasn't up to anything.
When
I'm
he
not gonna
wakes
wake
you
up,
up.
but yeah, I'm gonna make sure he didn't mess
Okay.
anything up while he was
Does
up.
anybody want to join Ratscratch on the second watch?
So I will then.
You don't have to. It's
Well, I said
truly
I
optional.
do a
Okay.
watch, so
What would the two of you like to do to stand watch?
On my way back, when I wake them up or whatever, I'll just let them know. Be careful for the little
Relay.
monster.
You're gonna relay what you heard.
Yeah, basically, I'll let them know that I've noticed that there seems to be a lot of traffic walking back and forth, so try to be hidden and inconspicuous. And then the monsters that we had slaughtered in the tunnel on the way in seem to be roaming around at times, so just be aware of that.
Okay.
And then I'll go lay down.
Sleepy time. Poof.
All right. I will. Ready to watch, Calla?
let's do this.
All right. So we'll sit down and quietly. I'll bring out a flask and we'll just watch, listen, and drink. Not heavily. Not.
Just enough to keep us awake.
Just enough
you
to
know?
keep us awake. Yeah.
Okay. Give me. You can either do one of you a perception at advantage, or each of you a perception check.
My perception's pretty good.
Yeah. Let's do. You do it. Do it. Because mine's not the best.
Not. 22.
Very nice. You feel very alert. You feel very on top of things. You feel like you occasionally hear some stuff here and there, but overall, a rather quiet watch. But before your watch ends, I want you each to make a wisdom saving throw.
Mm-hmm. 10.
Okay.
15.
DC was 10. You both wisely don't drink a little too heavily for the end of your watch.
All right.
You know, we're very wise about
We
our alcohol
are very
consumption.
reserved. Yes.
Always.
Good job, us. Good job,
You're not
us.
reserved enough that it didn't require a check to see if you were actually reserved.
They like to drink a lot of reserve.
Yes.
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 Very high quality reserve.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
All right, so it sounds like we're gonna have our final watch with Yasi. Wudao, are you joining for that as well?
Yeah, at this point, I think I've gotten my rest. So yeah.
Like Wudao up.
Yes, indeed.
Yasi. Yasi. Yasi.
I
Yasi.
smell
Yasi. Yasi.
I smell
Yasi.
alcohol on Ratscratch and Calla's breath as he's like, Yasi, Yasi. And I'm like, I should have
Yasi,
known.
I'm so hungry. Do you have anything to eat?
Can I
Perhaps
have an insight check to
perhaps,
see if Ratscratch is trolling
Sure.
me.
Are you,
perhaps
do
a
you wanna,
hardtack
do you
of
wanna
sorts?
roll a
I think it's
deception?
golden hardtack.
I literally rolled a 17, or well, a 13, but
It's
that's
up to Ryan now. That's the player here. Does he want to deceive or?
Is he
Oh.
really
Tell what-
hungry?
No, it's a performance.
Okay, roll your performance check.
Ah,
then.
Ryan's performance is way better.
Oh, I rolled terribly though.
It's like
12.
plus 20.
Yeah, plus 9. 12.
He is 100%. You've seen his acts before. This is his acting voice beneath the surface here.
Mhm.
Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Can I check in my bag to see if I have any like super rotten like hardtack that might
No
have
such
some,
thing.
like
You,
bad
there's
as a
hardtack
preserve.
and not
No,
hardtack.
wait, hold on, let me explain, let me explain. You know how
That's
I
a
have,
shelf
like,
life
the
of
eyeballs?
8 billion
No, hold on.
years.
You know how I have the
Bloody
eyeballs and
hardtack.
like the body parts
Oh,
that I have
That's
saved?
true. So
Yeah,
are you looking for some? You're
true.
looking for
So-
good
so-
hardtack
Tainted.
covered in tainted stuff.
Because
Okay,
I
cool.
had a bag of like
So
dragon like
soggy
You
eyeballs
still
and stuff.
have that. You still have
so
that.
I'm gonna. This is gonna be a terrible sleight of hand. I'm gonna look in my bag. I'm like, okay, and then I'll like take a little bit of like the, you know, like grossness and just like smear, like put a little bit on the hardtack that I'm about to offer Ratscratch.
You want to do that secretly?
Well, I'm doing it in the bag a little bit because
Alright,
I
sleight of
can't do it
hand.
in front
Go
of his
ahead.
face.
Go ahead, sleight of hand.
But it's just fumbling in my bag.
Sleight of hand.
4.
Yeah, you don't need to roll to catch that.
Um,
So you
Yeah.
see her very obviously find something at the bottom of her bag and start to rub it on some hardtack.
okay.
But it could be anything. It could be jam.
It's just jam.
Could be
Jam.
jam.
It's honey.
Thanks.
It could be. I mean,
Oh,
it's
jam.
red. It's red. So let's.
It
it's
is
jam.
most definitely not red.
Thank
Oh, what color is it?
thank you so much,
Like
Yasi,
Black
for
and
your
brown coagulated.
Oh.
you're such a
nonsense.
good friend, and I know you would never do anything terrible to me. And as I grab the hardtack, I cast
Wait,
I
no,
cast
no, no, hold
minor
on.
illusion
I don't
on
give it
the
to you.
hard-
I put it into your. I offer to feed it to you.
Oh,
I wouldn't
you-
just hand it to you. I'm like, you're right. I'm like, come here, Ratscratch. Open wide. You deserve this.
Oh no! This is for me to.
no, no.
Require
No.
Mother Bird to feed it to me.
As a
No, yeah,
bird
yeah,
feeds
yeah.
a
As a bird,
the bird
as
is
a-
the
That's
word.
what I know. As a druid that lived in the wilderness, I explained to him, I'm like, it's best if you just take
Then-
it the way a bird ought to.
then-
You are the
then
bird
you-
king now. Here,
Then you
open,
would
open,
know.
open.
Then you would know that the mother bird chews first and then regurgitates
I've
into
had
the
too much hardtack today.
into the babe.
And I point to the crumbs in
if-
the bed.
If
I
I'm
point
the
to the
baby,
crumbs in the As he goes, ba 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 ba, I just try to drop it into his mouth. Maybe it doesn't work. It just like falls to the ground. I don't know.
All right, what did you want to do, Ratscratch? With
Uh,
this like shoved grossness.
Okay, chew it once, so it's like
You're gonna eat this?
no. I mean, it's just,
Oh,
it's just gonna be like this is soggy tack. This is not.
Are you putting it into your mouth?
She
sir?
put it into my mouth, didn't she?
Okay.
I did.
I mean, she was trying to. You can
It-
try
no,
and
no,
not
Ratscratch
eat the
said,
thing.
Ratscratch said it was in. Entry has been
It's in.
We have a breach. We have breached
I'm
the beak.
suddenly very uncomfortable with the
Beak.
language we're using to discuss this. Well, you know what type of saving
Phrasing.
throw is
Point
coming
of entry.
immediately.
Phrasing saving.
Is this a Constitution?
Constitution.
God,
Natural 20.
Oh. Aw.
Natural 20. Not shitting.
You managed to take a disgusting bite of this hardtack, plus whatever was on it.
Yasi, you are such a good friend. Thank you.
You know, in this moment,
I'm
watching
going to turn
Ratscratch
around.
eat this hardtack like this, I think I actually like him more now. Like, this is actually, like, for me. But wait, that depends. If he spits it out and I see it, that'll be very...
No, I'm walking out of the room and then
No,
I'm...
natural
and then-
20, man. He can take that.
Wow. You know, as Ratscratch walks away and I'm standing in my room by myself, having just woken and, like, done this, like, kind of nasty thing, I'm like, damn, maybe he didn't deserve that. Maybe he's a better
I'm the
person.
asshole.
Maybe, yeah, I'm like, huh. I was like, I'll ponder this while I'm on watch, but
Gonna go on watch
Yeah.
and go on to the Am I the Asshole Reddit.
Just start soul searching right there.
I'm gonna be
I want to
really
know what
distracted,
Reddit is
Wudao,
for
because as
D&D.
like I'm sure like as shit is going down, I'm just gonna be having this like introspective moment about like a come to Jesus about whether
Come-
Ratscratch
a
actually
come to
isn't
bird
terrible.
moment.
Maybe he is respectable. I don't know, but until then, I'm gonna go out to the.
Wudao, you see Yasi come out of the room, looking like she's having a bit of an existential crisis. Look you've seen on your faces of many a supplicant to the monastery.
I don't even notice
looking
Wudao
for
because I'm just.
aid or hope.
I'm just like,
Hmm.
huh.
Mhm.
I walk right past Wudao. I don't even notice him. I'm just so in my own thought about whether I've been a bad judge of character.
We'll just follow along and hum along as she ponders.
I noticed
Anything-
something.
Anything the
I'm
two of
gonna be
you would
terrible
like to
on
do
one.
for your watch?
Is Thalarin? I'm gonna look for Thalarin first and foremost because he's now spent like hours with this artifact.
He's asleep in the
Artifact's
barracks.
outside.
Oh,
No, he
he's
came
asleep?
in. Yeah,
He
and the
came in?
artifact's outside. Yep.
Oh, okay. Did he? Oh, he's asleep. I guess I shouldn't. Is his room locked?
It's the barracks. It's not locked
Oh,
at all.
he's in the barracks.
Mhm.
I'll just probably do a patrol around the space since it's been a while since everybody's been in the space and just
So
check
notice-
on everything.
Okay.
I noticed
Investigation
Wudao is.
check.
Okay. Let's see. Investigation 12.
The only thing you notice as you explore the room that's different from last time, now that you've taken a little moment to look longer, is the room that previously had just a few weapons seems to have about 20 or so uniform-looking weapons. It also has some basic armor in it as well. But the really neat thing that's changed is there's tabards in there that go over the armor. Appears to be some sort of military uniform.
Are they real? I poke.
Yeah,
Do
it seems
they
pretty
seem-
real. Yeah, nothing. They don't seem special by anything, by any chance. In the same way that the food that you picked up off the table in the room with the fountain was real food. You can make an Arcana check if you want.
Sure. 9.
Yeah,
Nice.
they're real.
9. Yeah. Great.
No, they're not.
It's really weird. Okay.
Not the weirdest thing you've seen this room do by a long shot.
Nope. Not even close to the weirdest thing I've seen in a while.
Not even in the last 24 hours, 12 hours even.
So, yeah, I'll just kind of slowly patrol around the space.
Are you going to go out and observe the relic, which is where the watch was being kept, or are you going to stay inside?
Yeah, I mean, I'll kind of, as a part of that, I'm assuming Yasi's
Kind of
there.
make
so...
some patrols out. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, and what are you going to do, Yasi?
I'm gonna go to the barracks and I'm gonna like sneak in, like quietly, tiptoe, because people are sleeping. Where is like Thalarin's bunk close by?
She's gonna stand over him and look at him awkwardly
No,
while he's
that's
sleeping.
weird.
He seems to be sleeping right in the middle of them. He doesn't seem particularly perturbed or offset by them.
Okay,
He's
okay.
just halfway
Are
down
you
one of the sides.
sleeping?
I'm gonna walk over to his.
Thalorin!
No, don't
Thalorin.
make it weird. Don't make it weird. I'm just gonna quietly walk over to his little bunk area.
Time out.
And-
Did you tell us to not make it weird as you're sneaking into his room while he's asleep?
It's the barracks. It's a communal space.
Gonna see how many hardtacks she can stack on his head.
I asked if it was his room for a reason. If you said it was his private room, I wouldn't have gone in. But you said
All
this
right.
isn't a public space.
Make sure
So
you start with a
I'm gonna-
soft tack at the bottom so it conforms to the
Okay,
shape.
so I'm gonna slowly walk over to where his bunk is, and is his notebook like on his bunk side table or like where?
There are no
Do I
bunk
see
side
it?
tables. It's a
I also-
barracks.
no,
And
barrack side table, but
that's
is
not
his
how that
notebook
works.
there? Is his notebook
No.
there?
Not that you can see.
Okay, is his satchel nearby?
He
Where the
doesn't
fuck is
have a
his-
satchel, but he does have a big set of robes. He seems to be sleeping in his robes. He doesn't
does
seem to be doing
that?
anything.
Is
If
a
as you look
pocket-
around,
Do I see a little
mostly
notebook
everybody
bulge?
in this public room with no privacy whatsoever is sleeping in their clothes.
Okay, so does he have like in one of his pockets? Do I see the outline shape of a book?
He's wearing thick robes. If you wanted to shuffle through
Like,
them, you
peel
could.
them open? Well, I don't know. Do robes have like external pockets or like side pockets?
I'm sure some do, but
Are
most
they
of
like
them do not.
the alley watch seller type of robe? Where you're like, "Ah."
Like a Ratscratch jacket.
You are aware that he has a belt with a pouch on it, which he's
Oh god.
reached into previously when he's cast spells. And you are aware that he sort of has a lot of fabric at the top, and he's reached inside previously to pull things out
Oh
of.
my! Can I
notes,
like? Can I
pencils,
try to
things like that.
perceive how deep in sleep he looks? Like, does he have like his eye? Like, is he in
Sure.
REM sleep? Can I like?
Give me an
try to-
insight check.
He sleeps with his eyes open.
Could this be like a perception check? Like-
It's insight. It's insight.
It's insight.
You could make it a perception if you wanted to. If you wanted
You
to
know,
like
Okay.
get close and
I'm-
like listen to his
I'm
breathing.
interested in the
Yes,
fact that,
yes.
that Yasi likes to steal from wizards people that can literally obliterate her in like a second.
Right.
That's right.
She's
She stole
already
from
gotten in
Kopeth
trouble for
before.
this one fucking
Sure
time.
has.
for stealing
I don't.
shit.
Okay, so I don't know if Matthew this dice is weighted, but I've rolled 13 like 12 times. But since it's perception, that's a dirty 20.
Okay. He seems to be very asleep.
Very asleep. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna like gently, very delicately, just like peel open his robe a little bit
So this is
Okay.
actually sleight of hand here.
This
Oh
went-
my
this
God.
went
Now-
really
Make a sleight of hand
creepy and
check.
just standing over his body. Now it's
Okay,
getting
Can we
really-
11.
go 6
11,
sessions
but
without
he-
Yasi
wait, can I do it-
undressing someone?
Is there like an advantage I can get here because he's in deep sleep?
No.
Okay, well then it's 11.
You
Good,
fairly
good.
clumsily start to move the sheets around. He kind of gets pulled up a little bit. You're kind of shuffling them. One of them falls across his face a little bit. You're not doing a great job.
But he's
He
still
doesn't-
asleep.
I rolled a 2 on his perception,
Oh,
so
thank
he is
God.
quite asleep right now.
Do I see a book-like bulge anywhere yet? Like
God.
a book-shaped,
well, you
journal.
see something. It's not that.
a
Is that a-
rectangular like.
Is that a notebook, or are you
I
just happy to see me?
But
Why?
yes or no?
Why did you use that word?
Because I
Why
know
not
what I'm doing.
outline or shape?
I actually said I did say
Why
that. I've said
bulge?
multiple different things because it's funnier to me. A book bulge.
Oh,
Oh,
God.
dear.
Now, will you tell me if there is one?
There is not.
Still none.
Still none.
I continue to move his
Okay.
clothing around,
Sleight of
looking
hand at
specifically.
disadvantage.
Everyone had to sleep. I slept like hell. Those beds were just all
And
over
Matthew,
the place.
just to be clear, I did not see anything that would have had his book not on his person around his bunk.
Correct.
All right, is anybody else just not hearing
and-
the
and
word
before-
book anymore?
And before I do that, do I
Your
see
pet.
anything like sticking out from his pillow or any unawkward shape by his pillow? Maybe you put it under his pillow.
Where's his book? I don't know.
I don't want to have to touch him unnecessarily.
Oh, do you?
But so Matthew, is there anything under the bed, like pillow, maybe that it might seem like he put in the pillow?
Not that you can see without moving his head in the pillow.
Can I like slightly lift up the pillow?
Yeah,
just
he's
to
gonna
look?
grab him by the nostrils and just lift up
Make a
his
sleight of
like-
hand check at disadvantage to check underneath the pillow the sleeping wizard's head is on.
No, but a pillow is like. Can I just lift up the edge?
Make a
Is he
sleight
like
of hand
all?
check
I don't want. If
at
he's so.
disadvantage.
No, if he's all over, I'll just keep searching his body because maybe he didn't put it. I
Just
don't want to get
keep-
the disadvantage. Okay.
His body is a wonderland.
Ooh, bulge.
A book-like
it's
bulge.
A 7
A
this
book-
time.
Is that a disadvantage? Did you roll twice?
No, what, I
It's
thought
got
you
a
said it was
thick
only if I was
spine.
under the pillow.
No,
Not
no.
if I-
It's disadvantage for both because you've
Well, I don't think I'm
already
gonna
done
roll
it
worse
once.
than a 5. Okay, the 5 is the
Incoming
lower
natural 1
one. No, it was a 9, so it's 5 or a 9.
for a total of 7.
7. Ugh, God.
There's
You
a
did this to
distinct
yourself.
stirring as Alarin wakes up, his eyes open, and your hands are inside his robes. As his eyes flutter open, your hand curls around his notebook.
Oh my God.
His notebook or his notebook?
His actual notebook.
Oh, okay. His
Okay,
actual
I'm gonna-
notebook?
And he's awake, right?
His eyes are open.
I'm
He
like,
just
"Oh my
seems to be
God."
looking at you.
I'm gonna whisper because other people are still sleeping, and I'm a kind, considerate person. I'm like, I'm so sorry I woke you up. I just wanted to see what your notes on the artifact were, and I didn't want to bother you. I'm just gonna grab this, okay? You could go back to bed. And I like, and then I continue to pull out the notebook. Did I convince him?
Well, that's what's
Oh,
called a
Jesus.
persuasion roll, and go ahead
I'm
and make
not
that.
lying. To be clear, I'm not lying. These
That's
are true
why it's
facts.
not deception, it's persuasion.
11. He trusts me, so there's like, do I need to roll that high?
He doesn't
might
trust
think-
you that much.
He might think he's like dreaming, as he just woke up morning grog.
This is just a dream. Go back to sleep.
Go back to
Shh.
sleep.
Shh.
He looks.
Close his eyelids. You're like,
One hand has the book, the other's like, just go back to sleep. I tuck him back into the bed. Like, I put his robe back on him, and I'm like, neep.
No.
And I'm
Give
like,
him a
looks-
little light kiss on the forehead.
So as you do all of these weird things to him,
Very, very weird.
he
You're
looks at
nurturing.
you. He looks at you a bit like you look at a very young child, and he's like, "Give me back the book. We will talk about it together in the morning." And kind of rolls over and goes back to sleep.
but as he just, I'm like, so nothing that interesting?
Kind of looks back up and says, "It's all interesting."
Of course, of course. And then I tuck the blanket back at his chin, and I'm like, good night, sweet dreams. I'm just gonna so slowly walk back out.
Nice. Okay.
And then because that all
Dear
happened very quickly, I'm
diary.
gonna go look outside as well and make sure nothing is happening on the outside and be like, oh, okay.
Yasi and Wudao, give me perception checks for the third watch here.
Literally, Wudao's just been out there watching the whole time, so technically it would just be Wudao.
What did you do when your job was to watch the party's safety? I tried to
Fondled
rob
wizard
the
pretty
party.
Deeply.
It took a whole like
minute.
7.
He
That
was
took me
robbing
like
the
7
party.
minutes to do. I knew what I was doing. I was just
7
done
minutes
now.
of heaven with the mage? Damn.
Molested the maid.
How many subjects of a notebook are we talking? Is this like a 5-subject notebook?
Oh my god.
Is it
3 ring.
spiral bound for her pleasure?
This is like that, that really nice one you bought for school with the folders and the tabs.
No, no.
Also, I rolled a 19.
I tried.
Well, both of you are
trying.
very perceptive. Do you guys know the comedian that has a joke about when he studied Russian accidentally?
Mm.
Bert Kreshner.
Oh, yeah.
He accidentally joins the Russian mafia and robs
yep.
his own school trip.
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking about right now.
Oh, yeah.
Very nice.
Okay, so the two of you, despite the shenanigans and earlier investigations inside the room, don't notice anything other than a slightly larger than usual swarm of rats that seem to be coming down the hallway. They're moving as a big wave. You spot them well off as they make their way down.
Using my
Do they
nature
have-
check.
Do they
Oh, go
have
ahead.
sight on that? Do they both have dark vision? I know that Wudao does.
I mean, I do.
I think.
I don't think
don't,
Yasi
but I
does.
probably, if I don't, I probably
But
took
her roll is going to give her enough to hear them coming. They're not quiet. It's a swarm, so she can pick that out.
So can I use a nature check to, like, when I see, like, hear that kind of swarming or scurrying by these types of creatures, whether that's like indicative of them running away from a predator or, and you know, all
Okay,
that
yeah.
said, I
Yeah,
have beast
absolutely.
speech, so can I just be like, "What's up, my homies? Like, what y'all doing?"
Are
But
you
like,
gonna cast it? Do you have a
so
slot for
no,
that?
I have it, just
But
inherently.
do you have a spell slot for it?
Yeah, it's
No,
a
hold
spell,
on.
not
It's
an
like
ability,
my
right?
no, hold on. I have the druid class I chose.
It should give you the spell, not permanent.
No. I think I have it. Hold on.
Yeah, I'll let you check for sure.
I think it's like in my feats. I don't have like an actual spell for it. Because if you're the druid of the certain circle, hold on. Ugh, I
Yeah,
don't have
take
my
your
thing
time and
open.
check.
Notwithstanding, let me do it while I'm looking that up while I have it. On the nature check, before I just ask them what's going on, can I do a nature check so I can figure out the tone with which to ask
Yeah,
them
Sure,
what's going on?
absolutely.
Okay,
Anything
on
you want
the-
to do with as they approach?
I mean, are we talking about like massive swarms?
Yeah, hundreds of rats.
Well, can I just see what I notice so I can tell Wudao, like, hold on, Wudao, this kind of scurrying means could typically mean I rolled a 15 for nature.
You've seen swarms of rats before in the forest. It's not hyper uncommon, especially if there's something that drew them all together. The size of this one is astounding to you, and you're not sure what or where they may have come from. They seem to be leaving collectively from somewhere, but they don't seem to be necessarily fleeing. They're not in a panicked state, but they seem to be like a large displaced group of them.
Okay, well, just for so the
And
circle
they're
of the
definitely
shepherd.
coming this way.
They're coming from where you guys came from towards you. Yes.
Alright, so circle of the shepherd for druids says that at second level you gain the ability to converse with beasts. Sorry, beasts can understand your speech, and you gain the ability to decipher their noises and motions into recognizable words and phrases. So this isn't like a spell I cast. It's like I think a
Cool.
skill I pick up at second level
Beach of
with
the woods.
my circle of the shepherd.
I like it. All right, you do get that.
So, you know,
Yeah.
I would probably, it looks like it has to be a visual thing, not just like sounds and stuff. I'd probably understand more if I could see what their behaviors were as well as their speech. So can I just get like a little torch? I'm
Sure.
assuming I have a torch. And if they seem close, can I like stop a handful of them and be like, what's going on? Y'all see anything from where you came?
You kind of light the torch and pull it up into the air, and there's like kind of like a parting as they kind of like the front stops a little bit, and then they keep coming towards you.
And it can't be sophisticated, just as like I could relay, like it could relay what it has seen or heard in the recent past. So I'm specifically asking if they saw or, you know, anything on their way here from.
They seem to convey disruption, or like a large group of enemies have attacked their home and they're fleeing from their home.
I'm like, where is home?
And they say kind of something that or you get this intimate thing of like, there's a big supply of food there that's brought down there all the time, but now it's being disrupted.
So they're fleeing from maybe like a kitchen or something, probably.
Some you're not sure. It's like a big renewing pile of food.
That's what they're saying. That's what they're conveying about where they used to be. And
Yeah,
leaving
in what
from.
they're leaving from right now. Yep.
I mean, I don't know. I've asked them, how far away? Like, how long have they been?
They haven't been running for very long.
Okay, so very close, and they're saying there was an attack there?
Disruption
They
is what
perceive
they're
it as,
using.
okay, yeah, oh, sorry.
Yeah,
disruption.
not as they weren't attacked directly, more like that place was attacked and disrupted.
I'm saying, does this happen often?
Never.
Yeah, I'm trying to see if never. Okay, because I'm like, are they just calling a routine cellar visit or something? So they're saying never?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna kind of like tell.
You get the last thing you get out of them, and it seems to be many people or many humanoids or many big others are there.
I'm like, okay, we'll get to safety, and I throw some hardtack at them on their way out in case they need a snack. And I'm just gonna tell Wudao like, hey, apparently there's like a food storage type area that these rats call home, and it's had a very unusual disruption. It's not far from here. I don't know
Okay.
if we need
Can
to be
you-
concerned.
Make them go somewhere else?
Or are they going towards?
They're coming down the hallway towards you.
Is there any reason we don't want them to come towards us?
Because it's a giant swarm of rats?
That's fair. I'm like, hey, can you guys go that other way? I hear it's safer there. And I point away from our little runic
Make a
entrance, 'cause I don't
persuasion
think
check at disadvantage because of the difficulty you're going to have conveying that.
But I gave them hardtack. I feel like they should trust me.
There's far too many for the hardtack that you
Yeah,
have.
that's true. Imagine it was like on a concert where it gets carried, like in the wave. I rolled another 13, but persuasion, you said? That's
Yeah,
just
it's at
13.
At disadvantage, so you got to roll
Oh,
it twice.
shit, okay. 7.
Okay, 7. You see a few of them break off. Some of them are like, okay, and they just like turn and go off that way. But for the most part, the majority of the swarm is coming towards you. You guys probably only have 15 or 30 seconds before the swarm passes the point where you guys are at and the artifact itself.
Yeah,
They can't
You
go
need to-
into.
stop
Ours.
them. You need to stop them.
Why? Wait, but they can't go into our little area, right?
Correct.
Sure they can. We don't know.
If the door is open,
Oh shit! Well, can we
Currently
close the
it's
door?
not.
the door's closed,
It's
so you're
closed.
okay.
I mean, I wouldn't leave it open if I was, I think it's closed, but.
Yep.
Maybe we should lift up the artifact container though, so that the rats don't get into it and touch it.
Do they even
I
know where
mean,
it is? Nobody.
They're going to swarm all over.
It's hundreds of rats that are coating this
Like, they
tunnel
will-
from side to side,
Oh.
running together down it.
It is. We need to stop it somehow, because otherwise this is going to be an issue. They're going to swarm in there and start. You know what happens when things touch it.
Okay. Here's what we can do. Here's what I'm gonna do. Very quickly, what's like a very scary predator to rats? Probably like a snake.
Cat.
Sure.
Like something.
Lots of cats. A lot of cats.
I was thinking I was just gonna beast shape into a typical,
Okay.
typical predator that would be scary to a lot of rats, but something that's not just a cat, because I want it to be a little bit bigger.
Okay.
That they all
You've
see it.
certainly seen forest cats before. I don't know if those are capable targets for your beast shape, but you've certainly seen.
I've seen them, but let's see. My beast shape score. It's been so long since I've beast shaped. Hold on, I should know it better, but I don't.
It's okay. Take your time.
Let's see. I'm level.
CR quarter, I think. For
Yeah, so I'm level. What level are we? 4? No, we're
You're
level
level 5.
We're level 5. Okay, so at 4th level, I could be like a black bear. So presumably,
Okay.
I could be,
That's gonna be
Oh,
on
okay,
par with like
so-
panthers and the like. So if
I
you want to
could
do a
become a
big cat,
crocodile or a constrictor snake.
which one do you
Or,
choose?
I feel like rats don't like snakes, so I'm gonna turn into the biggest snake I can be, a constrictor.
okay.
And then maybe.
You've seen
on.
certainly a few of those.
I don't know if it's that big though. Let's see if I turn into a giant constrictor snake. I feel like I could turn into that, and that would be scary.
What's the challenge rating on that?
I'm trying to find it right now.
That's how you can tell what you can turn into, for what it's worth.
There we go. Hold on. Sorry, I did not. I should know these, but it says challenge 2, but I don't know if that's challenge rating.
It is. Okay. Yeah, I
so
think that's
2?
good enough. Yeah. You kind of shift into the snake, and then what are you gonna do once you get into the snake form?
Big ass, rattly, aggressive face
Constrictors
gestures
don't
that
have rattles,
any
but
snake
I'll
would.
go for an intimidation check, please.
Say that.
Like, what do you know how snakes do that big fangy
They can hiss,
open mouth?
certainly.
They can
Yeah,
hiss,
I guess
huh?
hissing sounded weird, but I guess yeah, snakes hiss. I'm gonna do a very scary hiss at all the rats.
You can make that check at advantage because of the form that you chose.
Is that like an intimidation then? I guess, right?
Yes, please.
God, I don't know if I'm very intimidating, but hold on, let me see.
It's the intimidation of the snock.
Oh, I rolled a 17 and a 14.
Oh,
So
scary snake.
17.
It's a snake.
And I like will flail around like a scary snake too, just like hissing and slithering and
A slithery, scary snake.
Snake's well known for flailing around.
Yeah.
I don't know, like
Danger!
I'm just like picturing one of those
I
inflatable
mean,
like.
like those cobras that are like.
Do they really go?
You picked a constrictor. You picked a
I know,
constrictor.
fucking no, man. Constrictors can still dance around. Like, why
Question,
can't
can
they
you
do
do
that?
the worm?
I'm just picturing like one of those inflatable guys in front of those used car sales.
Wacky waving inflatable arm man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm looking at these giant constrictor snakes in a Google search, and I feel like they could do the cobra dance.
I'll accept it. By the way, Ryan, a definitely not at all bot is trying to communicate with you.
I
in the
saw
chat.
that,
If you
yeah.
want to ban his ass. Or add him on Discord and enjoy.
Enjoy getting
So-
our Discord channel taken over.
With this,
Look, I'm putting an image in the D&D. This is what I'm doing in the sewer right now. Wudao's probably scared too because it's so scary. Look how scary it is. That's what I'm doing.
all right.
See, that's terrifying.
Also not a constrictor.
I googled the words, and that's.
I
the image.
googled the words.
And this is giant constrictors.
All right,
oh,
with
here,
the
fine.
17 in the snake form, you don't manage to turn the swarm, but what you do is create like a bubble. So the ones immediately in front of you are like, oh shit, and they kind of swarm off to the side. So you kind of condense and they kind of hop over each other. You have kind of a bubble around the two of you, the doorway, and the artifact, but
Alright, I'm
that's
just gonna
it.
keep
And the
on doing
swarm
that
kind of
till-
passes you by. You do your wacky waving inflatable arm man, and after a few minutes, the back end of the swarm kind of gets through. That's the only other thing that happens during your watch.
I'm just gonna stay snake form since, why waste the beast change thing? Beast shape.
Excuse me.
This is me now.
Okay. All right. Morning passes. You may all mark off that you took a
Wudao
long
walks
rest.
into our little thing with a giant constrictor snake NBD.
We've seen weirder things. So.
Oh, hi, Yasi.
You
Rats
share an
Rats.
awkward moment with
Rats.
Valorin.
Rats.
With the rats.
Rats.
I heard them.
Scratch.
They were scratching.
Were they calling your name?
Yeah, I was gonna say it's probably
Maybe
like
if
somebody's calling your
my
name,
name
for hours.
was 1,000 Ratscratch. The bird is the word.
The bird is the word.
The bird is the word.
What is the word?
The bird is the word.
Well, I fully expected you to do more than take a long rest in the hour and a half that we played, but you didn't. And I should know better. We will.
How far
call the
away
session
are we
here.
from making it to the surface, or at
There's
least to the
lots of ways up from where you're at.
not the
We
surface,
have
but
where we
the
are.
not the surface, but the out of this thing.
Wait, is
Same
there a
answer.
little roof?
Okay.
Is there a roof entrance into that restaurant bar thing?
It was an
A
old
church.
church.
No, but even at
No,
the very
the,
beginning when we
The bar that we fell through the floor and found the room.
There was one there. That was a kind of rundown general store, but yes, there certainly was.
do we see the roof thing?
You're not anywhere close to that right now. You are in the room with the sewers outside. But one thing I did want to note before the session ends today is that you have milestoned your way past several challenges. And you have finally taken a rest after those said challenges, so
Yeah.
congratulations and welcome to level 6.
Yay! Could
I'm
be a
gonna-
bigger snake now.
I'm gonna be so fucking good.
Is level 6 a big level?
I should multi-class into cleric.
For some.
And
I was wondering if you were going to multi-class
God.
to thematically start your religion even
I think
further.
I might.
That'd be kind of funny.
Zach, you're muted. You're muted, Zach. You're muted.
Well, that's my job. You take my job. Get out of here, Jesus bird.
Kaydren's going to multi-class into Bard.
Yeah.
You guys will roll reverse.
Right?
Which
I'm
rolls?
gonna have
Yeah.
to stop calling you
Suck it,
stupid
bitch. I'm
bird.
gonna take your
Yeah,
job.
right.
Jesus bird is now stupid bird is now Jesus bird.
So do you roll a hit die, right? And then you
You've got a lot to do, yeah.
Yeah, there's a
you
bit.
have to roll the appropriate hit dice for your class, add your constitution to it, and then you need to look at what new spells you get for you spellcasters, and what new feats and abilities you might get otherwise. If you need help with any of that, I can help you guys out.
with the hit
My
dice.
hands are now magical.
Oh, magic weapon punches. Shit.
With the hit dice alone, do you just roll the dice and then add the number you get to your health?
So, for example, if you're a wizard and it's 1d4 is your dice that you roll that, add your constitution modifier, and then that together becomes
Okay.
your
Gotcha.
New hit
and
points.
I can heal myself now. Excellent.
the most knocked out member of the party might be knocked out slightly less often.
I mean, eventually it's gonna get to a point where he's
Most knocked out by
non-killable,
his
but-
own party, I should clarify there.
True.
Only happened a couple of times.
And I can move even faster.
I need to change
Oh,
my
hit by
stats
the
at some point,
hit
but
dice is 1d8.
My movement speed is 45 feet now.
45, is that step of the wind, or what is giving you
Yeah.
the 45 feet?
Unarmored movement, just being a monk is just ridiculous.
Monks are broken.
If I could, if I've step of the wind, I could.
That's
I could
90
go
feet.
I could go
Oh
like
my
90
god.
You can basically move across the freaking field in like a second.
Oh my god. That's
insane.
cool though. That's a pretty cool ability.
Yeah, I can move.
Now my job as a DM is to give you really good armor, so you have to consider which one you want.
Oh, absolutely not. You lose way too much to put on armor as a monk. It's
That's
just not
fair.
even worth it.
Man. Oh boy. I get to
Look
learn.
at all of you
Oh,
excitedly
boy.
looking at numbers.
Oh, I get to
I'm gonna
learn
have,
like 2 awesome new spells.
what do you guys use for your character sheet? I was using like a thing on that was shared with me before.
I
but
just
it's
use
not-
D&D Beyond. It's just
D&D
easy.
In
Beyond.
D&D Beyond, the problem with
Yeah,
D&D Beyond
I'll
now
probably
is
just
it's
do
got
that.
the new rule sets heavily
Yeah, but
embedded
you
in
don't
the
have to
character
up-
sheets.
You don't have to up your character, dude, with the new system.
If you have one
Yeah,
already
I have it
created,
already
but if
there,
you're
so it
going to
stays.
create one now, you can't create one
Oh,
under the
fifth-
legacy
fifth
system.
edition? Yeah.
You
Mm,
can pull in the legacy rules,
Yes.
but you can't pull in the total.
Yeah.
It's frustrating.
Alright, well, I'm gonna make sure I level up to 6 at some point. Ugh.
Is everybody good to play next week? The 20th?
Absolutely.
I am also good to play that day.
Should be good.
Work for you, Sarah?
Yep.
Excellent. All right, guys. Well, it's fun to get back into it. It's been a little
All right.
while, and I've been looking forward to some more D&D.
Yeah. Thanks, Internet.
Thank you, Internet.
You guys are the best.
Goodbye, bots.
As
Bye
always.
bye, bots.
Later,
Goodbye, bots.
Later, bots.